You cannot fix what is broken without asking questions. You cannot fix what is broken without going to the source of your problem. Corruption is not the problem of zoo. The corruption that you're seeing today, once we fix what is broken, the corruption will go away. Because corruption is a mindset. It's not something, how many times have we seen this president come and they tell you, oh, I'm going to fight corruption. I'm going to fight this and do that and give you heaven on hell whatever they try to sell during their campaign. And has it ever worked? The answer is no. They thought Jonathan's era was, bad. This one was even worse, and it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse until we start asking the right question. Because when you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. If you don't ask questions, you will never know where did he go wrong. Why is it that now people are telling you every day unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct? Unity of this, unity of that. We saw what Osibanjo posted today. Our dragon tweeted about it, where he was telling them that when he was trying to get married, and the landlord was actually told him that there are three people that he will never give house to, and they are Ijabu people, a lawyer, and Igbo man. And for somehow, I don't know how he thinks that makes anything better. I don't know how he thinks that, helps his case in whichever way. I'm not entirely sure, because that just goes to prove what we've been saying, that the unity is at gunpoint. There is no unity there. It has never existed. So people that are telling you that we must unite Nigeria, Nigeria must be one, you ask them, at which point in time has Nigeria ever been one? We must go back to the beginning. That's why revisiting the history that our dragon is going through with the amalgamation, that is the best thing, that honestly, in my opinion, because we've been hearing about the amalgamation, and then nobody even asked that question. Today we're finding out, little by little, that it's all becoming clear. What the British could not fix, they expect you to fix it. I asked this question: what has, even before our dragon read, the chapter that he read yesterday, I asked that question: what exactly has a Fulani man ever, invented in this life? What are they good at, apart from moving cattle from one place to another? They're not even good at raising cattle. What are they good at? Because people will come and tell you that, I say it, we don't have anything in common with these people. And people will say, oh, you are being this, you are being that. No, we don't have anything, zero in common with them. Our lifestyle is different. Everything about us is different. And yet, you want me to share the same space with them. They are not even indigenous to the land that they've now taken over, with terrorism, with threats, with killing. Everywhere they live, they've turned that place into a desert. I don't know if you guys heard that, heard the where how they described the South. It was densely populated. It means that every city, every community was densely populated. Today, the South doesn't have the majority, the North has. And when we say that Nigeria is a fraud, the foundation is a fraud, people will come here and then try to tell me the opposite. Go ahead, Agujebe, and actually, Agujebe, hold on. Paul, unmute yourself. Oh, I
Thank you,
also
my
want to
brother. Thank you, my
recognize,
brother. Go
yeah,
ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You
I
asked
want to
me.
recognize Biafra voice. Yeah, go
Finish
ahead,
up.
Paul.
Finish up. No, finish up. I talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Biafra Voice is here, everybody. Biafra Voice, I followed you with this account. This is I still have the other account, but it's always a battle with Twitter. trying to host a space. They attack us left, right, and center, but we must continue. So this is my other account. I have total of what 10 different accounts, but we must continue. Go ahead, Paul.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, depending on your location or protocol of the place. You ask what Fulani have invented. Killing is what they invented. Fucking cow is what they have invented. No other person that does that except Fulani. So that's all they know. I haven't seen any of them anywhere. Even if you go to a Nigerian embassy in the United States, they have corrupted the whole place. They just put their mat, they sleep any place they go. That's all they have invented. Killing indigenous people of Nigeria. That's what they have invented. The same Fulani terrorize British government, and they pay them taxes, and they still want us to stay with them. They hand over their affairs. You talk about the population. Harold Smith made it clear that they look after their friends. He said his conscience is battling with him, that he wanted to say it out before he died. That was how they manipulated the figures of a census. That's what gave them majority. That was the same place, the same way. They manipulated the first election. They rigged it to favor their friends. He said it before he died. So this is what the British government taught them how to do. That's why they are protecting them. That's why they are using their BBC, fake news media, to silence us. That's why the same way they use Lai Mohammed to silence every news media in Nigeria. You talk truth, they find you. Upon all the killings going on in Nigeria, have you seen any of them reported it? If Nigerian government give you 10, just add 0 on it. That's 100. That's exactly what is going on. As they are saying they kill 120 something in Southern Kaduna this month, believe you me, they have killed more than 3,000 people in Southern Kaduna. That's what Fulani has invented in Nigeria. That's what they do. That's what they know how to do best. Taking over the whole community and installing their emirs. That's what they have invented in Nigeria. The nomadic lifestyle. You see how people are taking up their plate, going to their emir palace to ask for food. That's the invention we are talking about. Eradicating Sunnah. That's what they have invented to make sure that everybody be Islamist. Sharia law. That's what they have invented in Nigeria. That's what the problem in Nigeria now. That's why we are having all these problems in Nigeria. Everywhere. Taking over Christian communities, telling them to recite Quran, putting the ISIS everywhere on the northern communities. That's what Fulani has invented in Nigeria. I'm just going to leave it there for that to talk because I'm driving. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we are asking a pertinent question. Where did it go wrong? Is it that Biafrans we don't like people now? Is that in our culture? Is it that Biafrans Mazanam they kind of hated Fulanese? Is it that the every tribe in Nigeria that is now shouting Fulani today, is it that they hated these people? Where did it go wrong? How did we find ourselves in this hellhole that we ended up in today, where our life is being threatened on daily basis? Where Mazen Namdekano can be kidnapped, they can pay billions to kidnap Mazen Namdekano, who a British citizen did nothing other than stand up and speak the truth. But you have people like Gumi gallivanting all over the place. You have terrorists being released on daily basis, on their hundreds and thousands. And we ask, where did we go wrong? What exactly happened? How did we ended up in this mess that we're in today? That people will constantly say peace, peace, peace. And you ask them, Where is all the violence coming from? Are Biafrans now the ones that are now be peaceful? Because for somebody to come and tell you that we need peace in this country, it means that they're saying that somebody is being violent. Has in the history of Biafrans, are they now violent people? Where did everything go wrong? How do we end up in this mess? We must go back to the beginning. That's why I choose that topic, because we cannot keep saying, we have to find a solution. We have to do this and do that. No, we have to revisit everything. Everything. We have to go back to the beginning to find out where and how we ended up in this mess. I want to recognize Biafran Voice. Biafran Voice is here. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Biafran Voice, you have the floor. And then we go to Ajua Gujebo after you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Good man. The beginning, the first, I don't, the beginning. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. The first, I guess. Anyway, I love you all. I can see Gloria smiling. I can see everybody. Make a no mention them, because if I start now, I don't go finish. Anyway, one of the things we have not done anything wrong yet, but where we will get it wrong is when we stop fighting for our freedom. You see, today I saw a news in a newspaper. The Guardian had it, the Punch had it, and I went into um our frontline media. I saw them discussing it in the journalist hangout. I think that was TVC or TVC, I think, yeah. So the news is not good one. The news is very sad, painful one. And the news is that 3,298 people, inmates, are waiting for the day they will die. That's they are in death row. And I and Sonny, we just had a program before this coming here now. The question is this: okay, the journalists hang out. Their problem is not who are these 3,298 people. Their problem is that, and the PRO news whatever a more powerful in the Nigeria prison service is worried. They are worried that the governors from different states where these inmates are being condemned to death are not in a hurry to sign the death rule so that they can be executed. And this is what the journalists are discussing. What could be the problem, or what could be the reason why the governors are not signing the death rule? But I'm seeing it from another angle. These journalists and everybody, none of them has ever asked these people that has been condemned. And if you read, they will tell you that these are people that are armed robbers, kidnappers, one chance, 419, that's Yahoo people. Then none of them are asking, why should anybody condemn this set of people to death? Why the people with AK-47, 48, 49, 50 machine guns, Tucano jet, killing people, raping people, butchering them, slaughtering them, killing innocent, making us to bury a mass on daily basis, going into IDP camp, killing people? Nobody has taken one single one, not even the one that is a lunatic among these terrorists. Nobody has taken any of them to court, but they are taking people to court on daily basis, condemning them to death. And I want us to understand that many Biafrans are missing, which we don't know where they are till now that I'm talking to you. And I am saying it that if they will publish the pictures of these 3,298 people that have been condemned to death today as I'm talking to you, they are only waiting for the governors to sign. Go ahead and kill them, and they will be executed. You will see the pictures of people you know. You will find out that they are Emeka Okonkwo, John Okori, Michael Mmadebula, John Onyedemma. You will not hear Adamu Shiroma. You will not hear Adamu Setima. You will not see anything like a Funani man. Because when Funani terrorists will commit, they will commit whatever they want to commit. They will only be condemned to a rehabilitation school of 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and they will be deployed into communities, and they will be employed into your custom, into your police. They will be employed as your diplomat, as your ministers, and the police commissioner will come out to tell you that we are begging these people to surrender. They have every opportunity to become the president, the commissioners of this land, but nobody is discussing it. But I am angry because these people that are being condemned to death today, if you look very well, they are no other people but Biafrans. Thank you.
Thank you, Biafran Voice. If you can, if there's an article like that, can you send it to us so that we can, because this is an interesting topic, and we shouldn't allow that to be swept under the rug.
Okay.
Um,
How do I send it to you?
yeah, the old account, just send it to like DM me on there, and then
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I will. I will now.
Yeah, because we need to talk about these are the things that they try to hide. These are was it not in Anambra State that it came to limelight that officers were killing people, inmates, and selling their body parts? Did it
Yes.
also? Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, and also we heard, I believe it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, where they sentenced a guy uh, to death by hanging for stealing, I think, 50,000 naira. These are the things that we yeah, but we need that because we have to address it. We cannot allow stuff like that to just fly under the radar. We must expose it, we must talk about it, and we cannot allow it to rest because they try to hide it. That's why we're here, to expose those things that Nigerians, our government, that the atrocities going on in the zoo. We never support, we will be the last people to support criminals or support crime or whatever. But whatever punishment that you're dishing out must equal whatever the crime, and it should not be, can never be selective. What we see going on in the zoo is called selective justice, where somebody like the one from Abia State, I believe, that is now running for Senate, will loot entire Abia State money, Ojus Okalu, and then get sentenced to prison and then released. And then somebody else will do with it, he gets death sentence in Nigeria. So now, I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would really love to read that because that is really sad. It's a sad, sad day in Nigeria. And they're not even talking about, nobody is talking about what crime these individuals committed. They're just worried about why are they not dead yet. When we say that Nigeria breeds criminal, that the impunity is too much, people think that we are joking, that what we are saying, it's not happening. In a country where terrorists are being rehabilitated, it's the question, where did it all go wrong? In a country where over 500, it's almost 600 terrorists was just recently released after they took them on vacation for 6 months, paid vacation, I may add, and released into the society that they have ravaged, killed women and children, massacred every day. We saw the We saw the Mietiala sending warning to people of Benue. Nothing happens. But these over 3,000 individuals are now waiting to be sentenced to death. And I guarantee you, most of them are Biafrans. And I will say it, I will beat my chest and tell you that 99% of those people are not even convicted yet. They are innocent. Because I know how the Nigerian police, the Nigerian security architecture, we know how they function. They can lay any allegation on anybody and kill you. So we must talk about it, and I think that because we don't have a lot of time today, that was going to be our topic tomorrow, and I will make sure I get that article so that we can post all those articles, because we can never allow. It doesn't matter whether it's happening. That's the difference between Biafrans and those other ethnic nationalities that make up the zoo. We call out evil wherever you see it. Whether it's our guys that is doing it, whether it's somebody else that is doing it, it doesn't matter. Evil is evil, and you must call it out, because evil done to one and one is evil, injustice to all. That's the difference between us and them. Go ahead, Agujebe.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, good man, for letting me in. I'm greeting each and every one of us. I'm greeting everybody. May the blessings be. So to start with, in today's discussion, where do we get it wrong? We got it wrong right from the onset, because at the earlier stage, the foundation was faulty. In a situation, the so-called colonial vandals gave political power to those less in terms of education, in terms of development, in terms of ingenuity. They gave them political power. That is when we got it wrong. When we allow such to happen, we got it wrong. And at the same time, right from the onset, we can see in all departments that the so-called these political powers, Fulani terrorists have handled, all of them, none of them is functioning. There's no institution that these people handle that will function, because they have deliberately, not deliberately, because they have been, that is the medulla operandi. They have been functioning in the low key to an extent there's no meaningful improvement or development that will comes in. For example, we can all remember there was a time they were interviewing in terms of giving so either 30 billion naira. They came out with kilishi. What they could only achieve is making kilishi. What does that mean? And also, just of recently, when our Prime Minister was about this amalgamation yesterday, and Islamic whatever they gave about 8 billion. At the end of the day, they could only achieve 400 million, and they can only return to the government post 35 million. What does that show to us? It shows that that is where our problem lies. We all kept quiet, and at the same time, I don't know. All these are those so-called political elite, those intellectuals. Are they not aware of all this? Because it's good to call a spade a spade. They say fishes are smelling because you allow it, but it's something that you have to take ground and put it in to stop smelling, to stop disturbing the fresh air. So we got it wrong, because those we see that the political vandals, they have prepared Nigeria in such a way that it can never bring any meaningful thing, because their economic interest is at stake. When Nigeria function very well, when Nigeria develop, when there is infrastructure, our best brain will not be leaving Nigeria to come down here. So for that reason, in order not allow that to happen, they gave political power to those less in terms of education to govern the country. So that is all what we are seeing today. If Nigeria have to be good, it's going to affect them economically, politically, and otherwise. That is why whoever that comes in to bring anything good in that country, they always goes about that person. They always bring that person down. Like what happened to our spring leader, Mazi Nandekan. Do you think that is Fulani that is holding him? No. The answer is capital no. We knew those that's holding Mazin Nandekal because they felt that what Mazin Nandekal is doing is going to deprive them having their food or having a free food from Nigeria. So, but they got it wrong. They kidnapping our leader is equivalent to bringing Biafra down as soon as possible, and we must surely all get there. I rest my case.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I posted this one of our brother that is here. Our dragon tweeted that video yesterday, and I don't know how many people have seen it. This it's sad.
I
It's
saw
a
it.
sad. Yeah, go ahead, Emeka. Emeka, do you want to say
No,
something?
I wasn't the one. Who,
Oh, okay. Who's that? All right. Yeah, I posted this video because we're asking questions. Where did it go wrong? That this is now the states that Biafrans are in. This is one of our brothers. He's stranded in South Africa. He looks like he's the madman that Obi was getting advice from. Literally, I'm being honest. He literally, when I saw him, I thought that he was the one Obi was referring to, because you can't recognize him. He's unrecognizable. If he wasn't speaking our native tongue, I would never have believed it. But yeah, this is the state that we are in. We're asking a question because it's time that start asking this question: where did he go wrong? We are of the opinion that it went wrong from the very beginning. That we were shortchanged, we were scammed. The country that they gave us was not a country; it was a business enterprise that was only there to benefit those that own the business, not the citizens themselves. That's why, even upon all the killings, upon all the human, uh, the killing and the abuse of humanity that is going on in that country, nobody says anything. And I also want to. I picked out something that is really fascinating to me yesterday when our dragon was reading how they describe Biafrans that we were engaging in human rituals or whatever nonsense. I laughed when I heard that, because this is the same people. Were they not the one that fought World War I, World War II? The same. We can count how many people that they've killed over the years, but you are the salvage. You know. But that's besides the point. We must go back to the beginning and start asking questions. We have to ask the right questions to get the right answers, because if we can't even do that, then we cannot know how to solve it. If we can revisit what is broken and try to find where did everything go wrong. Not people that will tell you that you need a new leader. You don't need a leader. What you need is to find out why that since the independent, so-called independent, nothing has ever worked. Nothing. No hospitals, no road, no healthcare. 54%, 54 years is the life expectancy in Nigeria. 54. So, in other words, if you're in the zoo and you're at the age of 54, 55, you should thank your God that you are actually 55 years. That doesn't scare anybody. One of the topic that I saw on Clubhouse Justice, and then we're talking about it, was an article where they started seeing those that live in the riverine area of Biafra, in their breast milk. They saw particles of like lead, which is normally found in like, like not gas that you dig out. So in other words, that they now what the chemicals that have polluted their rivers and their everything, the wildlife, everything has somehow made their way into their bodies. And it's now in their breast milk and they're feeding it. So it's just it's a really, really shitty situation. And you wonder why people now die young. 54 years life expectancy. That should really scare everybody. Go ahead, Justice. Not Justice, Emeka, and then we after Emeka, pass it on to the Prince, and then Ama Uche will go after you. Go ahead,
Oh,
Emeka.
I'm actually there. Yay. Now we're done. Okay. Sorry for the previous network issue. Um, I believe the reason why most of us are here is because of history lessons that was shared by Mazin Namdekanu. I believe so. 90 or 99% of us here wouldn't have known, we wouldn't even gathering here online to discuss the, anything concerning Biafra because Mazin Namdekanu brought out his time, energy, resource to teach us history, just history, and people are panicking. People are panicking, both within, without, outside the continent. Everybody panic that we are discovering ourselves, and that's the simple truth. We need to dig more, more. We need to know the beginning. We need to know what's happened. You know, I'm hearing different theories. I've seen elder. I dey follow Elder Godman well. Oh, that guy they post things where I don't even want to discuss. I don't even want to discuss it at all. Concerning our Jewish heritage. More will get Biafra first. Then we go have by the time our passport goes strong, we go fit enter almost anywhere in the world. We go dig as much information as possible, you know, from whatever archive anybody has. As a Nigerian with a Nigerian passport, if you go anywhere, they go label your thief, they go search you, which like 1 hour extra before you go to the next airport. When you get to the next airport, they go search you again. But when we have our Biafra passports, it goes strong past Singapore now. We go anywhere, search for information, gather history. That's the point I'm trying to make. History is very important. We've started it. Thank God for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Thank God for our Prime Minister. And others, that have dug independently. We need more information, and that will help us guide us to the end goal. Biafra na sure it's coming this year, based on the information we've gotten, based on history being taught, the facts and figures. Overall, you know, because we'll be hearing different stories about Igbo people, about this one, about that one, but you still have concrete documents that has been hidden away for centuries. 1914 is over 100 years. That amalgamation document. Then there's another one, 1909. That Lord Lugard, an annual report Lord Lugard gave to the whoever that was king then or queen, to the royal family. They still wrote a bit about us, in that document. But they still wrote, and they also wrote history about the Fulanese and how they treated people in those days. And they are still doing the same thing even now in this current age. But somehow, our indigenous neighbors, some of the ignorant Yoruba people, they still see us as enemies. But those that are still killing them, slaughtering them in numbers, even to this day, they just keep them. They just put a blind eye. It's very strange. We need to go back to the beginning. So we'll go now, we'll take to solve our problem one after another. Thank you. The Prince, please go ahead. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, yes. The Prince, are you
My
here?
phone no gree me mute. Oh.
Uh, yeah, the prince is here. The prince, unmute yourself. Uh, feel like he kicked everybody out.
Everybody's still here. But I can't mute myself. I don't know why.
Why is he dropping the mic on everyone? That's
Maybe they did.
weird.
Maybe they did do upgrade. Twitter upgrade.
Okay, all right. The print. Oh, now we dropped him. Like he gave him the mic and then dropped him. I think they finally figured out it was me.
The Prince, are you there?
No, it's bringing people on and then dropping them. I don't.
Everything looks okay from my side.
All right, all right. The prince, you have the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening, good morning to every one of you. The first have become the last, and you are in another name now. The beginning.
What happened? Why is he kicking people out? I think they finally figured out it was me, and then they're kicking everyone out. I sent you a mic, Ronnie. Okay, that's weird. Okay. All right, the prince, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Are you hear me?
Prince, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
All right. All right. Oh, thank you for this topic. This topic really makes very much sense. Don't know why they are kicking everybody out and bringing us back to, but well, we continue where we stop. We continue. So I want to hear my view on the where we get it wrong. Yes, where we get it wrong is like when Nnamdi Azikiwe was be told that that place you are going, there's no road there, and he was shaking his head. We keep on telling our people that things are not the way it's supposed to be, and they cannot see it. That is where we get it wrong. And again, as we are fighting now to liberate ourselves, and still our people did not see it, even when they are shouting for Obi and we are telling them that road you are going, there is no road there. That road is full of thorns, it's full of vipers, and they say there is road there. Now they are all crying, they are now shouting. Just like I stumbled to one of the journalists online, I asked him, is it true that the news and everything that you people dish out there are being censored and told what you are going to be dishing out to the public? He said yes, and I asked him why. He said he don't know. I asked him, did you ask question why it is so? He said nobody want to ask question and nobody want to die, and that is the problem. Nobody want to ask question. Don't want to ask question. Whatever you tell them to do, and they will do it. Then that brings me to our brothers, uh, said about the people that have been condemned to kill. Yes, he said that most of them are Biafrans. Not most of them, all of them, 100% of them are Biafrans. An example of them is Evans. Evans, they say Evans is a kidnapper, and Evans he kidnap people. He collect ransom. He did this. What are the Flamis doing now? Are they not kidnapping people, killing people, and they sentence Evans to be killed? And since then, none of those that are kidnapping now, killing, that they sentence to death. That is the injustice, and still they are rehabilitating them, putting them in military, putting them in police. All of them are Biafrans. Another example is Reverend King. We don't support evil. I don't support evil. One of them is Reverend King, the one they have a church in Lagos. that they say they burn one of the church goer with a fuel to death. Is a Biafran in Lagos, is to sign for him to be killed. Now nobody want to sign. Another one is Evans. So many of them in many prisons in Nigeria. That is how they put Biafrans in a prison and condemn them to death. Those that did not and those that did not do anything. Even those they put allegation on. Another one that is now hurting us is a Hope Uzodinma. Everybody know that Hope Uzodinma is a criminal. He's a very big criminal. And they went to bring him out in the cell and offer him to kill his people so that he will exchange it to his head. He agreed. This is now is one of the things that giving our people in the prison. Agree to sabotage your people so that they will release you. You will go out there and sabotage your people. Most of them refuse. That's why they are still there. But Hope accepted and come out and started killing our people. But judgment is coming very soon. Another thing I want to add there is this. You talk about what the Fulanis are bringing on table. What have they achieved? They have achieved a lot now. At least Clichy. You don't know Clichy. You go to Europe, you see Clichy there now. They achieved Clichy, 30 years of investment of innovation. Clichy. You ask about Clichy in Nigeria, they know that. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, the Prince. I was about to interject, just to contribute to what you said earlier. When it comes to Biafrans, there is this standard that is expected of us. For example, if you talked about Evans, you know, he was incarcerated. I think he was sent to firing squad or something. I don't know if he's still alive. I didn't follow up. You know, nobody says anything. Everybody agrees that whatever comes to him, he deserves it. But when it comes to the Fulanis, they save their criminals, they save their murderers, they save. But guess what? There is nothing good that is expected from them. That's how bad it is now. But that standard they set for us, Biafrans, is still there because they know all of them, no matter the antagonization they have against us, no matter the envy, the everything, they know that we will take the right route first before any other thing. But they still go on a campaign of character assassination. They will tell the whole world, they will lie to the whole world that we are the evil people, that we are aggressors, that we kill, we do human sacrifice, that we do slavery, that we hate ourselves. They will spread all these lies. But at the end of the day, the truth will still prevail. Look at the bombing that will happen in the north or some parts of the south in Yoruba land. They find out is the Fulanis. Everybody will be like, na normal news. Just say let's make one Igbo man, assault a woman, right? Now, it go make front paper. Why is that? Because there's a standard. They know we are the lights. So there's no need for us to compare anybody. They pursue us to pull us down because they know our culture stands for the truth. We don't stand oppression. I was upset with one so-called Igbo boy on a space. Was it like a few days ago? He was saying that he doesn't care about the killings going on in the north. About two of them, they don't care. That as long as it's not affecting Igbo people, it's none of his business. And I told him, yeah, I don't think you are Igbo. There's something wrong with your reasoning capacity. So you want your neighbor that to be oppressed, and you're relaxed because it's not affecting you yet, because it has not come to you yet. When it comes to you, who's going to save you? Already we are oppressed right now, and nobody's coming to save us. That's how it has been for God knows how long. But now we've stood up for ourselves. Let us keep the standard that everybody expects of us. If you be fine woman, you be Igbo. If you get mouth odor, you know be Igbo. If you dress fine, you be Igbo. Every positive, like by reflex, they know that these things comes with us. Anything positive or progressive or productive comes with Igbo. Is assigned to all, but they still try to demonize us, however way they can, and it's unfortunate. That's what I have to say for now. Thank you. Who is next? I think it's Ronnie, right? Ronnie, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Am I coming out?
Loud and clear.
Okay. We got it wrong from the beginning because I don't see the reason why people that don't have the same culture, nothing in common, can come together and start forming a nation. We got it wrong from the beginning. In fact, our problem stemmed from the very first time Britain, with their greedy nature and all that, they joined the South and the Northern Protectorate just to serve their interests. That's where it now started. And for us as a people, we got it wrong when Nnamdi Azikiwe was not listening, just like the same way P2B is not listening, and their cohorts who believe in one Nigeria. When these people wanted to go, who talked them down out of it? It was Azikiwe. Britain used him. So we got it. That's where the problem started. Because of this idea of some of Igbo, "Onwere ka esi eme ya, onwere ka esi eme ya," is not helping. When majority are moving one place, you will certainly see some people that will still telling you, they know it all. That's a challenge because that's where the problem started. Had it been that Azikiwe, they joined and started talking, to go back the way they were, than joining everybody, continuing with this British establishment, I don't think we'll be having this discussion now. You know, you brought people that these are people are nomadic people. They don't believe in innovation. They don't believe in progress. They don't believe in all these things, and you are forcing it on them. Now look at where they have landed everybody. They will just want to pull us down to the same level, knowing fully well that we are light. So Britain is hiding under them, trying to pull us down, but I'm telling they have failed already because we have woken, and there is nothing in this world that will stop us from getting what we want. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. We got it wrong from very beginning, from the start, from the inception. That's where our problem has always been from. So ignore people, disregard people that are telling you that the corruption, they need a new leader. They need to do Nigeria. They need to do this and do that. When the foundation is faulty, when you don't have any foundation, how can a building stand? How? Because that's what we're witnessing happen. That's why we're witnessing the collapse of the zoo. And what Biafrans, what we've decided to do is we're gonna make that collapse faster than 2030. That's why the Americans will now project that Nigeria will be a failed country by 2030, and still they want us to remain in a failed country. You ask them, to whose benefit? Why? Why should we remain in a failed country, a country that you yourself have projected that it will become a failed country in 2030? If a lot of things will not fix, and those things can never be fixed, if then nobody is even trying to fix them. So, by your standard, by your own observation, and everything that the research they've done, they found out that Nigeria will become a failed state. But yet, they want us to be in a failed state. The same people that will come the next day and tell you about human rights, they will come and tell you that we are the champion of democracy. We are this, we are that. We asked, where did everything go wrong? We must go back to the beginning. We must go back to the beginning and revisit everything. Go ahead, son.
Yeah, good evening from my end. Good evening to everyone. Please, am I coming out, please?
Loud and clear.
No, thank you for this very opportunity. Where we get all these things wrong, I believe it's still happening till date. Because every blessed day, I'm in pain, even up to now. I feel pain every day. I'm no more happy with everything. I'm no more happy seeing my leader in DSS dungeon. I know there is nothing that gives me joy anymore because you look, I'm seeing as if are we going to lose everything because 29 of next month is at the corner. Where we are getting it wrong, I believe is still happening up to date because we love our own. Fine, that is how we are created. But there are some words our leader used to say. There are some people that our leader said that we don't have forgiveness. And that forgiveness that we don't have is made for some people. And those people is the people that we are trying to say they are our own. That is the reason why we are still where we are today. Because there are some people that we don't supposed to be showing mercy as it stands now. And if we continue showing those people mercy, we will continue to be delay what we are looking for. Because what is going on, me, I am no more happy with it anyhow. I'm no more happy with it again. Thank God to Chukwu talking, I am speaking from Biafra land. Now that I'm talking, our leader once said there are so many groups that will rise when the time comes. And those groups that will rise when the time comes, after 29, if nothing happens, and they elect whosoever they want to elect, many of those groups will run away again. I am no more happy. What I need now by God is action. I stand with Simon Epa, not because of anything. I stand with him because my leader brought him to me in the dream. My leader brought Simon Epa to me in the dream, and I will keep on standing with him. So what we need now is action. This mercy, these people we love are the one killing us. Love kills. Love, too much love we show is killing us. It is time for us to do something because every and remember my leader is in DSS, I cried. I cried. And even as I'm talking, I am not happy anymore. I am no more happy anymore. No matter what is going on, where we're getting it wrong, we are still getting it wrong even as we speak because of the love we are showing people that doesn't care, people that have already sold their soul to the devil. And we are still talking about forgiveness. We're still talking about forgiveness. People that we are showing forgiveness are the one killing us every blessed day. Please, I am begging. I am begging. If there is anything we will do, our leader said we are going to do this with nothing. And our leader said it should be seventh of March 2020 to 2020. He said we are doing what we are doing for the world to see what is going on, so that when we pick up arms, they will say they won't say they didn't hear us. I believe this awareness has been created. If the whole world have seen everything that is happening, and it's time for action. That is my belief. It is time for action. That is my belief. I heed my mind, please. I'm no more happy. This why I don't want to belong in any group because of this betrayal. There are so many souls, there are so many people out there, they don't belong in autopilot, they don't belong in anywhere, but they are waiting for that very fire alarm. They are waiting on that very fire alarm, and when they will appear, the ones that are really fighting for Biafra will identify them. And I am standing with those men. I am standing with those men. If nothing happened and they elect this bastard that they want to elect after this 29, my dear, I will tell you maybe we are not going anywhere. Please, if I said anything wrong, you guys should pardon me. But what I'm trying to say is that 29 of next month is at the corner. We should do the needful. Please. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, my brother.
Thank
Son,
you. Who just that was
the son.
uh the son? Was
Mm,
that the son?
hmm.
All right. You want to say something, Emeka,
Yeah,
before
I
I
mean, what he said is very, very intact. Personally, uh, I like group things, but personally, I don't like to belong to any group. That's why I didn't bother myself to go and take oaths and all that. No, I don't get that time. because of my experience with, everybody's trying to outsmart the other, everybody's trying to outdo the other. Instead of focusing collectively, you still have some few people that just want to use any means necessary to be seen, but they are the ones contributing the least, if that makes sense. You know, um, I've always said that. Even there was a time Simon mentioned it. He started this movement without being a member until later. He got a call. According to him, he got a call from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he got his, with a witness, one or two witnesses, and he got sworn in. It was because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called him, you know, to become a member. If not, Simon was still there, independent. Even me, I'd already made up my mind. Even if our lead Mazi Nnamdi Kanu meets me, say make I come, I'll decline. I'll tell him no because of it's a personal thing. And most the mindset of being free is more than just coming together and to one you sign agreement and all that. It's a mind though, it's in the mind though. Some people don't really understand when people say, oh, they take orders from other ethnicities, when they say that they prefer the monarchy or feudal kind of lifestyle, where they take order for one person. We are all human beings. The reason why all of us agreed, like most of us, I believe, or all of us agreed to work with, to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to listen to our Prime Minister, is because we believe we did it in our own free will to listen to him. I don't know if I'm making sense. We're doing it out of free will. It's not out of like, will I call it duty or duress or something. No, that what makes us powerful. That what makes us powerful. So why people are feeling that because we have, you know, they feel we are weak. No, that's why it took the English how many, is it 3 decades or 4 decades to conquer us? They easily conquered the Oduduwa tribe. Easily conquered Fulani tribe in less than, probably, I don't know. Let me not say what I don't know, but definitely not up to 30 years. Definitely, and probably that's why they are afraid to let us go. They are doing everything possible, propaganda, lies, everything, using our own people to fight against us to get our freedom. Because once we come out, which we already come out safe, as far as I'm concerned. Once we get our nation totally, no, nobody can stop us. Nobody, you know. So the son, he didn't say, from my opinion, he did not say anything wrong. In my opinion, he didn't say anything wrong. A good man. I don't know. You have
Yeah,
some.
Yeah, go
ịma
ahead, good man.
anyị hụ eziokwu, ndị Igbo hụ eziokwu, ha na-esoro ya. That is who we are. When we see the truth, it's easy for us to identify it and follow it. Not minding that there are few bad blood in us. When I say bad blood, I mean those ones whose parents came from the other divide. Those are the ones that are in the infiltrators. They come to cause some kind of chaos. We used to have coordinators in Biafra land, and those positions, Chai Chineke, because of those positions, there was so much of betrayal, and all sort of evil taking place, because you have one small position that they call coordinator, and then they give money, you eat, and then you begin all kind of shenanigans, every kind of nonsense begin to creep in position. Thank God all those things have been trashed away by the autopilot. There is nothing like a unit anymore. Do your thing, freelance. Now we begin to know those who are really out for their freedom. No more coordinator this, coordinator that. If you are not following Mazi Simon and taking instruction, ayenupugu n'akụkụ, gawa n'ihu. Because we have learned from our predecessors how it all failed. How Radio Biafra is now in the hands of gossipers. because of all this small clique and small nonsense. Instead of fighting for their freedom, they saw an opportunity to have cliques and position. But thank God, all those is gone. We are now moving forward with speed, and nothing anybody can do to hold us back anymore. We must go. We must continue. Go ahead first. I had something I was trying to do before. That was why I went mute.
Yeah, just to address. Oh, William was supposed to go next. William, if you're here, request from Mike again. Before Princess. But yeah, I will. I will say this. Oh, Biafra voice is also back. I will say this to our brother son that just spoke. Listen, that's sometimes I get angry answering the same question to Biafrans over and over. I know how angry everybody feels. I don't think anybody is more angry at what is going on in the zoo more than me. I honestly don't believe it. But our the person that is piloting this movement has already made his stance. He said Biafra will not stay in the zoo past 2023. So I think all our efforts should be channeled into making sure that that plan. It's not a plan. It's not a prediction. It's what Biafra is what we must do, and all our efforts is channeled towards that. Anything else is a distraction, in my opinion. So, my brother, we've handled night. We've been in the zoo for many years, and we've experienced this. Granted, it has never been as bad as it is today, but we have experienced it. So, the only thing I would say is this: believe if you truly believe in Simon and believe that what we are doing, just do your part, and then we work towards achieving our goal. That's my only thing. I could say more, but what I want to say is not something that I could say here. But I hope that you understand the point that I'm trying to make. We have a target, we have a goal. It's better to cook this food and serve it really good to the Fulanese than do a half bake. I hope you understand. Go ahead, Biafran voice. Biafra voice, do you want to say something before we move to Princess?
Yes, please. Someone should take his or herself down. I think we are having more requests.
Oh,
Please, if you have spoken, please take yourself down. Thank you.
I don't know why it's not allowing Ifani up here. I'm not. I'm not understanding that why. I feel like they are attacking me. I honestly feel like it.
You can try and make a good man co-host so that there will be space.
Okay. All right. Oh, I will try to make Ifani co-host. Ifani, request for again. I'm trying to find you.
He's here. Ifan is here.
All right. Oh yeah, he's back. Thank
He
God.
showed the Biafran flag.
Yeah, he's back. All right. Biafra voice, do you want to say something, or we move on to Princess and then Ifani? All right.
Princess, go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon as always. And the first, good man. I will start by making a disclosure because someone yesterday contacted me. I wasn't trying to hide my identity, but when I show up in the space, I'm coming here as an individual. I'm not representing the government in exile. So, having said that, to make that full disclosure, I'm a member of the Biafra government in exile, and I head one of the departments. So that individuals that inboxed me yesterday, I'm not disguising at all. But when I'm here on my own capacity as a person. I'm not speaking for the government in exile. Thank you. Then I'll go ahead. I came in I listened to the son, and I heard his concerns and all that. What I don't appreciate, and let me say this again, I might not sound woke, pardon me. Some of us are straight shooters. I don't like to hear people to come out in space to come and say, I don't belong in this, I don't belong in that, and don't belong. It's not something of pride. And it's okay if you don't belong to anything, any group. It's okay. But then if you don't belong to any group, why are you then coming um, to come and you know I would say trying to force the people who belong where they belong to start doing things you want to be done, because there's no way you can do. You either you are here or you are not there. If you don't belong, like I said, it's fine. So what do? You wait and wait for directions from the prime minister. Fighting a war or going into war, we don't go there with bare hands. There are things that need to be things we need. And having said that, you can't just go into war and then you come back. So you don't know what is going on. And the only thing I would suggest that people that hold the same view, like that, I don't belong here, I don't belong here, is okay, you don't belong, but please wait and listen to the person where we belong. And it will also be nice to let everyone know we even the prime minister, everyone would like to do whatever you think we should do right now. But that's not the way. What matters is that at the end we get what we want to get. This war had been fought before, we didn't get it. So we learn from the past. And that's why now with the digital, with the force and good man always sleeping on space, they have time, they will use that time to do something. They are doing things that were not done before because at that time this space, Twitter, and digital, none was there. So I will appreciate, because when people come out and do that, you are doing it as if you love Mazin Namdekano more or than we do, or you want Biafra. Today we don't. We do. We want it right now. I tell you, we want it right now, but things have to be in place so that when that call is made with your strength and other people, we will win. So our goal is to win. And if you know it's to win, try and be patient with us. I plead with you, okay? Don't rush us. The leader, the person that is leading knows what he's doing. And those of us, we know what we are doing. Just trust us. It's not easy. We feel your pain. Personally, I do. I'm speaking for myself. My reason of being here is because of the younger generation in Nigeria. When I grew up, we didn't have the problems that you people have today. We grew up innocently. We don't watch our backs. With Milo and cabin biscuits, we're good to go. Life was good. Relatively good and safe. We drink our gari, we put the needle, we turn it geisha with cold gari. Some of you might know this. So that's the way life was now. You guys you're having a lot. Igbos, the young people will come out. You can't even get a job. Somebody that didn't go to school will take it. We feel the pain. That's why we're here. I don't want to go on and on, but the son, please bear with us. Okay? We feel the pain and we are planning. We have to get it right. Thank you very much. And that's my only little contribution. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you, thank
you.
you,
Oh,
thank
can
you,
the
my
son
sister.
do you have any response? I don't know. The first.
Thank you, our beautiful sister. Sure.
Okay.
I don't know if the son has. Should the first should the son go and
No, I think he's giving a thumbs up. I think he understand now. Thank you, our sister princess. Not everything that have to be made public. And like I said, I used a proverb to give you, and I think you understood what I was trying to say. It's better to do this thing once and do it right than we have to do it all over and over again. We all want to get our freedom today, not tomorrow, but we have to do it right. Barawa Sonny is here. Biafran voice. You were meeting earlier. You wanted to say something. Goodman. Yeah, Goodman wanted to say something. Sorry. Go ahead, Goodman.
I was just about to say thank you to our beautiful sister who has volunteered herself to do this enormous task for the people of Biafra. I just want to say, well, beloved, we love you. We cannot love you more. We love you so much. And just keep doing what Elohim has called you to do. The rewards are enormous. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Biafrans, and for the good work and for coming up here and speaking to us. Some of us, I understand, we are angered, we are upset, but we have to channel that anger to the right source. We have to channel our anger rightfully so that we can, at the end, get what we want. You know, Thank you, Biafrans. We'll move on to, I think Abarawa normally takes a while, so I think Ifani will speak and then Sonny will go after him.
Yes, the first. The first, before you before they move on,
Yeah.
please remove this letter, this epistle that is writing everything I'm saying in front of me here. I don't understand. Go and remove it. Uh-uh.
Uh, is he writing what you're saying? I'm not sure what I
Everything
did.
anybody everything anybody saying, it is just recording as if we need an editor.
I'm sorry, I will look at the settings and take it out. If I go ahead and then before Barawa Sonny will speak. Is Ifani available?
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, go ahead. I think we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Thank you.
Yeah,
And
we can hear you.
yeah, thank you so much, my brothers and sisters. Thank you, Emeka Goodman, the first, and Sonia Barawa, Biafra voice, the prince. Thank you so much. I greet my sister Gloria and Eunice Daberechi. Everyone in the house, to mention but a few. Where did it go wrong? It have it went wrong very long time ago. The very first time that you are called to Britain, and it came to their mind to amalgamate the children of light with the children of darkness. That's the very time it went wrong, and it's a deliberate act. It wasn't a mistake. It's a deliberate act. They did it for a purpose, and the purpose is the reason why me and you today are clamoring and looking for a way to go back the beginning, from the beginning where we all started. They did it for a purpose for me and you to be frustrated, and so frustrated that we'll be running for them or to them for help. They did it that everyone that is called by the name of the Lord will be impoverished, that the light of heaven will never be seen shining in your life. That is where everything went wrong. The very day we was amalgamated, the very day Britain amalgamated us, that is the day everything went wrong. But today, the difference has become the case because we are going back to our root. Mazen Namde Kano Simon Eba has woken up our spirit, which are dead before now in the hand of the foolish people that came to distract us on what we were doing. But today we can strongly beat our chest and say that we are actually going back to the beginning, to whom we used to be. We are actually getting it right. The very day you signed to be an officer, that's the very day you signed to be receiving bullets. Because as a soldier, you will not be signed. No guarantee will be given to you the day you.
Uh, is Ifani having a problem?
I think so.
Oh wow. Yeah, his network is always like that sometimes. Ifani, we can't hear anything that you're saying. If you can go out and come back in, you have the floor again. Um, let's recognize that Barawa, Sonny. Barawa, you have the floor while we wait on Ifani to come back.
Warm greetings to dear friends all over the world. and lovers of freedom, and also to the haters of Biafra, and also to those that want to stand on defense, and also to those that want not to be on any side. They just want to be the onlookers, waiting for the real deal to be done, and then tomorrow they will come. Those are the exemplary nations of the people of Israel. I told Moses, we don't want you to come and take us away because we are comfortable in the hands of our slave masters. But on the very day the freedom was gotten, they were the very first people to get to the sea. When the sea opened up its mouth, they were the very first people to march into it. And the merciful God did not say they should be pulled out. So, kudos to all of you who will always want to wait until when it is accomplished before you will later come. 1 minute, I'll be back. Good man, the first, give the mic to someone else, I'll be back.
Alrighty, alright, that's good, that's good. Ifeanyi, we're still waiting on Ifeanyi. The son, you wanted to say something and then we'll go to Elder God, man. Go ahead, chip in your what you want to say,
Oh,
then we'll go to Elder God.
I
okay,
hope
okay,
the
okay,
first
okay.
your timing. I hope you're timing them because I don't think we have much time. It's like PM is gonna be online this evening, right?
I think so. I think what we're gonna do because we didn't start early today, we're gonna wait till after when our PM actually comes and then we'll shut the space down. Alright.
So good. Just time them so that everybody can speak.
Alrighty. Go ahead, son. Go ahead. Make it quick so we go to Elder God. Son, can you hear me? If son is having problem, then we go to Elder God. Oh, Ifeanyi is back. Ifeanyi, go ahead.
B said they don't cut network for that side though.
That's Zoo. That's how it is. When you're back, if you can hear us, just give us a thumbs up and then we'll give you the mic back. Abarawa Sonny, the same thing. When you're back, just give us a thumbs up and we'll give you the mic. Elder God, unmute yourself. Elder God, are you
That
here?
was
Grand Rising, everyone. Am I coming live? Am I coming out live?
yes.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
All right. I just want to congratulate everyone that's kept the fire burning. You guys are doing well, doing a wonderful job. Someone like me, I may not be around every time, but the little time I have, I still have to do what I need to do. So may the good Lord bless you all. May the ancestors always be by you. So I want to chip in something like my brother that said for now he don't belong in one group or the other. One thing we must understand that this struggle is not for one person. Most of us that are doing what we are doing, Mazen Kano did not call us on phone and say, come and be doing what you are doing. No, everyone have a task. We are following the task that was given to us just the same way it was programmed. He didn't call Goodman or the first or maybe Gloria and some other people or maybe Maja Parwasone. He never called anybody, but he prayed for 100 men and they heard him and they gave him more than 100 men. So you that is complaining about time, you can start doing something. Look within you yourself and find out what you can be able to do in this struggle. Yes, there is something you can do that I cannot do. And there is something I have to offer. Each and every one of us have something to offer. Look within yourself very well and find out that which you can offer for the betterment of the struggle. Thank you. I stop here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you can do to make sure that we get our freedom. That's what That's what we want. At the end of the day, Biafra is what we want. We don't care. We're not one of those that will say, "Oh, if this person is the one that will get us Biafra, let's go Biafra, let Biafra, their Biafra, not my Biafra. Let it not. I don't even want to finish that, but yeah, that's not us. We want Biafra, and anything anybody can do. As long as you're coming into this struggle genuinely. You're not coming here to distract us. You're not coming here to be a nuisance. Because if you come up here and you're a nuisance, I don't care if you're in the government, anywhere you are. As soon as we see you going against Biafra, what is the best interest of Biafra, not what is best interest to you, because that's usually the way I see things. That's more what most people do. They do what's it's in their best interest, not the collective interest of Biafra. As soon as you go that route, I will come up here and I will use you to do program, and I'm not hiding it. That's just how that's me. Barawa Sonny, if you're back, just give us let us know. Ifani, I think they keep dropping him. Barawa Sonny, if you're back. If not, we go to It Is Me Again. It Is Me Again. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I will suggest that you give to someone else. They must be at home and driving many times.
All right, all right. Autopilot. Autopilot, unmute yourself.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. First of all, I say thanks to Goodman and the First for handling this space again today. I know it's not easy for you guys. Yeah, it's not, to be honest, it's not easy. Anytime I see you guys on this space, I say, oh, wow, these guys, what's going on? Anyway, I must say thanks to anybody that accepted to serve us at this hard time. I know it's not gonna be easy. There's also gonna be more a lot of temptation and also some lot of criticism about them, but they should all know that they are serving the people of Biafra and not themselves. So they should wear maybe I'll say an armor. So when they shoot them, let not go to them. It won't be easy for them. Some of them, like let me say, some of them they were approached. They were approached, but it depends on how they volunteer to do this job for the people of Biafra. It won't be easy. Nigeria is gonna approach some of them and try to buy their way out. It's gonna happen. It's not a secret. We know how Nigeria operates. I've been there before. I know how it operates. So now let me go to this one today. Why did we get it wrong? We Nigeria get it wrong from the time of amalgamation. People were imposed without their consent. There was no dialogue. There was no calling them just under the banner of gun. You must be one. Or yes, and the time we have opportunity to disengage ourselves through the time of Azikwe, because of his personal interest, he sold everyone out and said to happen again, repeating again with P2B. He knows that quite very well that there's no way he's gonna be there. It's not gonna happen. They will never, instead of going to give him that post as president of Nigeria, they rather allow interim government so that they will take him out. So and now, what is the way forward? Like people say, are we going? We don't need to go back again. We are already there now. We can smell Biafra now. We can smell it. Even if we're not there yet, we can smell it. Because with the coming of Simon Ekpa, it's just a good game changer. Look at what he has done now within some little space of time. Create aware everything coming up. It's not easy. So we are not need to go back. Maybe not for beginning. We are past the beginning stage. We are now seeing that place. I can feel it. To be honest, anywhere I am, I can feel that we're in Biafran. I feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm no longer feeling maybe that's the issue of Nigeria. I'm gonna be Nigerian. No. That was out of question now. So, like one guy saying, like all those people say, if you're on the fence, well, if you're on the fence, it's up to you. We all coming to do this thing. No, nobody forced us to do it. It's volunteered. And when it's come to volunteer, nobody will buy a conscience. Unless maybe you have a interior motive to come over to, to do what you're doing. Nobody force anybody to come to join IPO. Nobody force anybody to be preach IPOB. Before I start coming to IPOB, when I start hearing preach of if I be the first people, I was criticizing Mazin at that stage. Until one day, Walton Hayes said that Tommy 360 degrees. I said, this guy is right. And from there, I start listening to him. And since that time, I never back down. That's all I can say now. So let me just be on the line and see how artists to compete again. Thank you for giving me opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We must continue. We must continue. Where did we get it wrong? Where did it all go wrong? That's the topic. That's what we're talking about. Do we go back to the beginning? I'm of the opinion that's what Biafra represent, because when they tell you, when the same Nigeria government, when they tell you, they say, oh, Biafrans are trying to destroy everything. They're trying to destroy Nigeria. Is going back to the beginning now destroying Nigeria? So if they believe that going back to the beginning, going back to ask questions is what will destroy Nigeria, we should ask them, what are they scared of? That they're scared that people will find the truth. The people will find out that Fulanis have been the one that sold our people. That Fulanis are the ones that are killing, turning everywhere desert. That maybe there wasn't anything in the beginning. There wasn't anything like Sahara Desert until Fulani came in play. They killed everybody there, sold everybody that they could sell. Are they scared? Because that's the only reason why they will be attacking IPOB. Because that's what we're saying. We should all come to a round table and discuss our existence as a nation. We should go to the beginning, ask a question: how did we end up in this mess that we are in today? We should ask the Nigerian government, what are they scared of? Because I don't think that they are scared of IPOB. They are scared of what we are doing. No, they are scared of the truth. The same truth that Mazen Namdekanu said, I will destroy the zoo without firing a shot. Does everybody remember that? That's what Fulanis are scared of. We must continue. I think Barawa Sonny is back. So after Barawa Sonny, we're going to go to Biafra must be free, and then Mr. Sense, and we can Sonnet. All right, go ahead, Barawa.
Thank you for having me again, and sorry for the interruption that I had from my end. So, I was saying something before I was taken out. For those of us that would love to wait until when everything is completed before they come in, or because you don't see it the way you want it and is not burning with your own desire and your own pattern, please and please, I have a message to help you. And that message is that when the Fulani terrorists are coming, they don't sectionalize those that are active in IPOB and those that are not active in IPOB. When the Fulanis are coming, they don't segregate Ibibio, they don't segregate Igbo, they don't segregate Tifi, they don't segregate Edoma, they don't segregate Shekiri, Urobo, the Kalabari, and the Ijos. What they do to you in the far south of Oron in Akwa Ibom State is what they do to you in the far middle belt of Benue State. The way they will slaughter my mother and slaughter my sister and rape my sister and also cut the heads of my kindred all the way from Odukbani is the same way that it is done to my brothers in Imo State, in Iyala, in Oli, in Izombe, in Umutanzi, in Olu, and every provinces of Biafra land and entire southern region of Nigeria. So the question now should be, if the terrorists don't segregate you while they are coming to kill you, why will you segregate yourself when it comes to you trying to liberate yourself by offering your own services, your own selfless sacrifices? I must commend one other princess I spoke before who said she's from Biafran government in exile. And please, I am moving a motion to you all respective elected personnel into the Biafran government in exile, that whenever you join us on our media handles, when you are introducing yourself, you let us know your offices or the department that you're serving, so that we can be able to make our people know, because a lot of you have not been on the page for people to know your faces. So when you speak and then you tell us you are from the Department of Oil and Gas, or from the Department of Military or Defense or Police, it will help us to enlighten the people the more. Thank you very much. So, the government in exile has been set up, and it is there for a cause. You as an individual, do not wait to say, I don't like to be in groups, I don't do this, I don't do that. No, because this is not something of one set of people or one ethnic group. It is not something of some groups of people that would love to be in groups. This is about our survival. This is about our existence. If you want to live, that should be the last thing in your mind. If I belong to this group, I love to be in groups or not. No. If you have the interests of your brothers and sisters, and you have the interests of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and the interests of those that they are planning to come and kill, you wouldn't even think of saying, I don't like to join here, I don't like to stay here, or this. Or even if things are not done your own way. Because some questions that people are asking is, for those ones that are going to our Biafran government in exile to make videos and tell us that it is fake, it is not real, the question to them is, since you say the one that we have done is fake, what have you done to make a difference or to make it better? Because if you should be castigating somebody, then you should have something to put on the table. So that becomes very useless of them when they make no sense. Because there are people that are only available just to destroy what others are doing, while there are others that are there to give you support for you to climb to the next height. Above all, there is so much job to do, and there is so much that all of you can offer. So my appeal to you is not to stay on the fence. My appeal is not for you to wait until things get the way you want to see it, because if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had such idea, all of us would not be here today. They would have massacred all of us long time ago. But even when he started speaking, everybody did not agree with him. And even till this time, you can see that while we are yet speaking, Ohaneze Ndigbo and other criminals in our lands are asking for our heads. So you should understand that that does not as well deter us or our resolve on going forward and continue to demand for what we want. So we must continue. Coming down to where did it go wrong in the zoo, or where must we begin, or where did we get it wrong? Let me go with the one that says, where did we get it wrong? Where did we get it wrong? We got it wrong when we allowed the British Empire to surmount us with religion, thereby giving power to other people. We got it wrong when we allowed them to capitalize on our hospitality, thereby using it to suppress us by using the Fulanese. We got it wrong when we tried to make peace with every man even with the very man that is pointing gun to our head. That is the same man that we want to make peace with. That is where we got it wrong. When the British came, and listening and following up some of the articles on the amalgamation document, you get to understand that there is a point that talked about the power source of the Southerners or the power source of the Easterners. And that power source was fetish in nature, and it was really good for our protection when we are fighting war. Then let us connect this very point here now to the letter from King Leopold II in 1883. King Leopold in that letter indicated that the fetish powers of the Africans is so powerful that they can use it to surmount them when they are coming to war. That they use it for their self-defense. So they should look for a way of destroying that their fetish powers, which fortifies them from their God, which they know. We should look for another religion and another fact to use and superimpose that one, make them to see that their own is devilish. We should use this one that we are bringing to them to destroy those their fetish powers that they are using for their self-defense in time of war. So you can understand something here now. That was in 1884 in King Leopold letter to the missionaries that were sent to Africa to come and brainwash us with Christian religion for us to remain as fools while our enemies will be waxing stronger. It is quite shocking that the thing has been paved out since 1884, and anybody that will come up to argue it with you or defend it, the answer to what the person is doing is still inside that letter of King Leopold of 1884. When you go down to the part that says, teach them from their childhood everything that we are telling you here so that it will become part and parcel of them, and so that it will not go out of their brain, so that they can be able to be standing to defend it to their death. So anyone that will be coming to counter or to defend this thing is actually doing what is written in that paper. So we got it wrong when we allowed this idea of religion that was brought to us to overwhelm our minds. Remember that when the British came, according to the amalgamation document, they tried to do what? To conquer the Fulanese. But the Fulanese fought them and stood their ground. They did not allow them. Oh my God. Fulanese fought the British, and then the British now acknowledge that these people, their own is just to continue to fight, that they are not interested in developing anything, putting any innovations, or doing anything that will be better. But our own was that we gave into the plea and the things that Britain put on the table because we wanted to see something better. We trusted Britain. So we got it wrong there when we trusted Britain. We got it wrong when we also allowed them to destroy our traditions and our cultures, which now made us to see our own cultures to be inferior. Our language, we now see it to be inferior. You will see it that it is English that they want you to speak, but not your own language. They are coming to your land and then they are telling you it is English that you must speak so that they can communicate with you. But go to their own land, whether you will obligate them that they must speak English. No. Go to Italy, go to Germany, go to Switzerland, go to Japan, go to China, go to Austria, go to Russia. What do they speak? Their native language is what they speak. It is either you come and learn what they speak and then you adapt to it, or you go your way. But our own was that as they came, they imposed the language for us And then we accepted the language. We threw away our own language. We prefer to take their own to become the lingua. English to be their lingua franca? No, they did not accept it. They accepted their own food, the food that they had long time ago. They rejected all the ethics that the Fulanis brought. We accepted religion. We accepted the slavery that they brought to us. We accepted the hegemonic tendency. We accepted corruption that they also came to teach us. But we rejected innovations and technology. While Fulanis are standing to fight and to conquer and continue to conquer us to this very day, Britain are now doing what? Backing them up, because Britain had never and were not able to destroy the Fulanis. Instead, they had to cede power to them and then put all the power autonomy from the constitution that you had of to be with them, because they see that is the people that they have tried to conquer. They could not conquer. They saw how adamant they were. So they now decide, okay, let us align with them and then use them to destroy the other ones at the mercy of, okay, our lives. Because of resources. So where did we get it wrong? That's what I'm talking, and I'm not talking of where did the zoo get it wrong. Now I'm talking of our own. Where we got it wrong was the soft-heartedness that we then allowed Britain to work on us and then use us in another way to destroy our generations. But I thank God for all of you that are here today, and I thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank God for the Biafran government in exile. I thank God for the Prime Minister and every cabinet elected who have stood their ground to this very time to educate the people and to open their minds for them to know what they did not know. So this is not 1884. This is not 1900. This is not 1912. This is not 1914 or 1919 or 29 when Aba Women Riot took place. This is not 1945 when we were massacred. This is not 1960. This is not 66. Neither is this to the 70s. This is 2023. And from 2020, on the 12th of December of 2020, that was when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did the demarcation for them to understand that the Biafran people of this time are different from the Biafran people and the ideology of that very time, which they were able to use propaganda to destroy us with the use of media, because we had no access to technology, we had no access to the media and the radio. So they were able to use propaganda to destroy the help and the sources that we would have gotten to be able to fight and defend and then win the battle. I yield my mic here and I leave the room for others. Please, someone should look for mouthpiece for me. Oh, I know see mouthpiece. Oh, I define them. Oh, ndewo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead, good man.
Isi ndewo Sonny Akparawa. Ndewo. Go ahead, go ahead. I just want to appreciate Sonny Akparawa.
Oh yeah, yeah. He got that. That advice didn't come from a madman. It came from probably the God of Biafra. And we must continue. We must continue. Where did they go wrong? Where did everything go wrong? How did we find ourselves in this predicament that we are in today? That's the question that we are asking. Why? Because they told you, oh, we sold, it was during the slave, sold our people and did that. Come to find out that the people that were doing the selling and capturing some of our people were the same Fulanis that we are fighting today. But we are the one that are paying for it. I said that Sahara Desert, in my opinion, it may be Sahara Desert were populated back in the day until Fulani turned it into a desert. They said that these are the British, now the people the criminals, the terrorists that terrorized our people, and then called themselves colonists. They said that anywhere the Fulanese live, they turn that place into a desert. That's not me saying. That's a fact. Go ahead, Ifani, before we go to Mr. Sense Ifani. He was having some network issues earlier, but Ifani, go ahead. Biafran Voice, you can always come in anytime. Just let us know. Ifani, if you're here, unmute yourself. If not, we go to Mr. Sense. Mr. Sense, unmute yourself while we wait on Ifani.
All right. Can you hear me? Am I coming out clear?
Loud, loud, loud.
Okay. I greet all of you. Barawa, good man. Thanks for holding the line and doing the needful. It's a very insightful topic. Where did it go wrong in the zoo? I think if we're able to make a research on Lugar's reports, I think of 1919 or so, you will discover that the essence of the formation of Nigeria, the interests, Nigeria was formed solely for the British interest. The fact that the Fulanese hijacked it or were in charge of it or had the rule was because the southern part of Nigeria, which we are already well structured. Something we don't know is that before the formation of Nigeria, the southern part of Nigeria already had well structured system, structured government, structured cultural and value system. And so the British needed people who are nomadic, people who are disorganized, people who are not exposed and civilized to manipulate and use. So it was because of the our forefathers, they were smart, they were intelligent. I heard when Akbara was saying maybe we are kind of lenient, or maybe we didn't push enough. No, it's not that so. Then within the level of communication and technology, we are not that deep. Remember, we fought the British for over 30 years. The Ekumeku, the guerrilla warfare and all that. So it hasn't been today. So we actually resisted. It's just that, as Mazinam Dekanu said, that if we had pushed the war for another 6 months, we would have been in Biafra by now. And so the sole interest, the fact that the zoo was never meant to work, because the zoo was meant to serve Britain. And so it is all about British interests. That's why their citizen has been in a dungeon for over 2 years. But because the person stands to fight against the new colonialism, the slavery, the modern slavery that Britain represents, because the person tends to fight that. That's why they have abandoned him. But it is the hand of God that will deliver him. Our dear leader Mazinam Khan, whom we pray in secret and in open for every day. And we believe that this zoo that was formed to serve Britain will collapse this year. We believe that this zoo will cease to exist, because the existence of the zoo has caused havoc to humanity, has caused havoc to black people. Look at our brothers running mad in the streets of Europe, running mad in South Africa. Is that how we're going to continue? There is something there is a system that have used on blacks, which is make them slaves, let them run around the whole world, wash plates, do a lot of rubbish. This gets them depressed just to get a cent at a dollar. They get addicted to drugs and a lot of things. and at the end they end up as destitutes. And this is what is happening to blacks. Biafra is the only hope of a black man. Until Biafra comes, black men will never be free. And so we've gotten it wrong from the day one. We resisted. I know, just like the Israelites spent 400 years trying to get their freedom. We've been here for over 100 years, at least since 1914. And we know that it is an appointed time for Biafra to come, and it will come in our time. And that's what we believe. You say. Thank you so much, everybody. May not be so long on this space, so got some other duties. Thank you, good man. Thank you the first.
Thank you, Mr. Sense. Thank you for that wonderful submission. Thank you. Nigeria is not meant for Nigerians. It was meant for the British interest. They designed the zoo solely for their own benefit, and it has not stopped. That's why they financed the genocide against the Biafran people, to make sure that they keep milking the oil, milking the resources in Biafra land. Ifeanyi, if you're here, unmute yourself. Just give us a thumbs up if you're here. If not, we go to, I believe, Goodman, go ahead.
Yeah, we get the Prince, we get Autopilot, we get Famous Link and Omara. I think we should give Autopilot and then we get to Omara.
All right, I think
Autopilot.
Autopilot has spoken, but Autopilot, have you spoken before?
Yes, I've spoken here. If I have anything to contribute more, I'll raise up my hand.
All
Thank you,
righty.
thank you.
Omara, go ahead and unmute yourself, and then Famous Link will go after you.
Omara is not there.
I'm here. I'm here. Good day, my people. Can you hear me? Am I coming out clear?
Loud
Loud
and
and
clear.
clear.
Okay. Yeah, there are some notion we need to drop. British people never bring Christianity to us because they are pagans. Christianity was brought to them. We're supposed to drop that notion that
Who
they
brought
bring
Christianity?
Christianity. Hello?
Who
Am I
brought the
coming out clear?
Christianity?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
they
you.
didn't bring Christianity. I said they never bring Christianity to us because they were
Who
not
brought?
Christians.
Who brought it then?
Huh?
Who brought it to us?
We are not Christians, but we know God. They never brought Christianity to us. Hello?
So who brought Christianity to us?
Who brought
See
it?
the no. See where I'm coming.
Excuse me, Maze that is speaking. Let me help you. I
Okay,
believe
help
what
me.
you wanted to say is that they did not bring religion to us. They brought Christianity. And the Christianity they brought is our own religion. They took it, they transformed it in their own way to suit them. Then they gave it to us as what they called Christianity. And another thing I want to correct, I beg everybody. Nobody is a black man. Call us
Yeah.
Africans. It will be more it is more better. If not, we are God's masterpiece. I beg. We are not black. I never see anybody wear black before. Maybe you don't see. And I never see white. All these are part of the lies they use to deceive us. If you listen to what Sonny said, we had everything and our fathers tried. But the same way today, we have people that are working with the enemies to destroy us. Are the same is the same way. Some of our ancestors went into alliance with these people because our ancestors never accepted them. That was why they went into war with them for more than 30 years and they could not defeat our ancestors until some of our ancestors begin to ally with them to take this religion, and when they began to bring in religion, they began to destroy our religions. Then these people came in and captured us. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
should
you
I
for setting
proceed?
that record straight. Yes, we give the mic now to Famous Link. Famous Link, you have the mic.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone.
Just go ahead.
Okay, please, I want to associate that someone else to take over. I'm somewhere in another place. Maybe when I got to the place, I can proceed.
It's all
Thank
right. So it's all good. Thank you. Um, Omara, I don't know if you still wanted to say something or you are satisfied with what Biafran voice said. Because
Yeah, I still want to say something.
okay,
Okay. Now, in terms of technology and things we are talking about, they never bring all those things to us because, like now, Igbo, area na component, that same component that you see is the same thing you now transform into gun. That's bullet you see today. Is the same principle. In mathematics, that's what you call matrix. In our band, that's Nobaji. We'll set our yams in rows and columns. That's what makes it easy for us to do the counting. These people now change the whole narrative that as if we are dummy, we are fools. They bring everything to us. Before they came, we know about counting. We know things with us. We have been established.
thank you, Amara.
We do right
Th-
things to keep
Thank
information.
you. Yes, thank you, Amara. We get what you are saying. You are on point. That is exactly what Biafran Voice just made summarized for you. He just told you that they came, they studied us, they took what was ours, and then repackaged it and brought to us. That was just it. So
Yes,
thank you. We understand
you are
what you
right.
mean. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's just repackaging. They repackaged it and then they added some things that will put us down, that will make us very, very submissive, very submissive, to their rule, to their wicked and demonic rule. Dominance, that's the right word. So, they actually succeeded. Because, hell, Chukwumera Ebere, God have mercy on us. But we must continue. Ifeanyi, are you there so you can just make your submission? We have been calling on you.
My brother, sorry, I was driving. I was on steering all the while you were calling. Thank you so much. And my brother, Sonia Barawa, I listened to every one of us speak. And what our Omara said is the truth. It's just that where we now got it wrong is that when they repackage it and bring back to us, we accepted it and drop the original which we have. And now see the original which we have as an inferior, and the adulterated one they bring to us as the original. That is where we all got it wrong, and that is what that have put us down all the years. That is what that have put us to this menace that we are in today. That a Biafran will always be looking for a way to find himself, because you are not your original self. You're always looking for a way to rediscover whom you are. That our leader Mazen Namde Kanu, God used him as a savior and God sent to reconnect us back to our root, which is Biafra. And that is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing today. So the place that we got it wrong is by accepting what that is given to us and allowing us to be amalgamated with the people of the nomadic people from the Futajelon that has nothing to offer. They have never been useful before. They are not useful today and will never be useful to anybody. They never developed any place and has never developed any place
and it's not going to develop any place. So that is where we got it wrong. But thank God for Biafra for today, that the ancient decrees has been unwritten and written back again. There are some things that have been unwritten, and there are some things that have been written back again. And that is that Biafra will come, because Biafra has been written before and they failed to unraise it. But we insisted that Biafra is going to be here because Elohim himself had destined that Biafra will be. So thank you, my people. I thank God for the evangelism that is going on now. So the worst thing that will happen to you is that you got it wrong, and you've not discovered that you got it wrong. But once somebody that got something wrong discover that actually I got it wrong, to make the corrections will be easier when somebody guide you to make the correction. But when you got it wrong and you did not discover that you got it wrong, and somebody came to you and tell you you actually got the answer wrong, this is not the right answer, and you now stand on that your wrong answer to claim that you got it wrong, that means you are irredeemable. But Biafrans got it wrong, and we now know that actually we got it wrong, and we are making the corrections. And Biafra will come. When Biafra come, the 100% corrections will be made, both on our language and other things. So thank you, people. Thank you so much for holding on, and all the people that have contributed. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Ifanye. That is why Nigerians are suffering, and that is why most of them are dying. And that is why you see their moronic nature being displayed on the Twitter, where they talk about trashes, where they talk about things that does not bring them liberty, where they talk about things that are far away from giving them good life. It is because of what you just said, my brother. They don't know they have a problem, and they don't want to even bend down to listen to solution, to real solution. That is why we must continue. When we get our Biafra, they will begin to see light. Maybe that time, if some of them are still alive, they will worship us wherever they see us. I tell you, they are going to worship us, that we are the gods that they have been looking for, because they will see the light. I tell you, they will see it. We must continue. Paul Castro, give us your submission, and then we move over to famous OBH now. I don't think famous link is free right now. So go ahead, Castro, give us your 3 cents.
Yes, in day one, you everybody, the first, Mazi Fine, Mazi Goodman, Mazi Akarawa, Mr. Sense, Autopilot, Biafra Unite. Every protocol observed. I greet everybody in the house. You guys are doing a very wonderful and fantastic job. I do always come once and listen, and I'm just so excited to be here today to speak. Thank you for the question. Where did he get it wrong? Very at the very beginning.
Yes, Paul Castro. Paul Castro, which province of Biafra are you
I'm
from?
from both province of Goja and Ikom.
Akom and Ogoja province.
Yes, Mama is from
Good to
Ogoja,
go.
Papa is from Boki. And I saw on the news today that they want to exit one land in Danere. That is Boki local government, Okewe Road. I saw it in Biafra Liberation. Is it TV? I got the screenshot. So I tried to make inquiry back home to know if it is true. My brother was telling me that I think it's in Cross River State House of Assembly called that the government don't want to agree, but they should not do that shit. That's why they gave Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon, and now they want to give Danere. Biajua, that is my local government, some community close to my local government. But that's it, by the way, though. So where do we got it wrong? The question. As actually, just like the way Mazi Akparawa said, we got it. He has spoken most of the things I want to say. We got it wrong from the very beginning. Our ancestors were so generous. They were so kind, because when I begin to see how can someone from his own land and go to another place and manipulate these people and enslave them, I'm just be like, how did they? How I'll be thinking how did all of this thing started? Because if our ancestors were not generous, they were not welcoming, they were free, open-handed, they were not open-handed, not as in they were just welcome, because this is our nature. We always receive people, most especially travelers, the passerby, they're passing. You just try to welcome them. From there, they saw whatever we all word of God, and they become an enemy. So I believe that's where our ancestors get it wrong. And we also get it wrong by accepting Nigeria as a country. Because me, I have never, in my own little age that I've been in this earth, I have never seen a place that people are so proud of, like say Nigeria. The first time when I was in Africa, the first time I managed to find myself in Togo, as small as Togo is, the weather alone shows that this place is a country compared to where I come from in Nigeria. Right from my whole childhood, I've never believed that Nigeria is. I never knew what to do. That I've never even exposed, give myself exposed. I've never even come to, because most of the things I have known about Nigeria today, I will not lie, I know it through when I became this, joined this IPOB movement. Like all of this history, even the one that the Prime Minister shared today. In my entire life, send this thing and give to their so-called professors, PhD, and doctors in Nigeria. There will still not be, although some of them, because they are benefiting, or maybe some of them are just ignorant, they just believe that Nigeria is a country. So all of these things, we get it wrong. Because if Nigeria, that zoo is a country, all of these things will not be happening, and the people will be comfortable. They'll be like, okay, let's go back to the rule. Let us see where we get it all wrong and maybe try to make amends. But because it is never meant to work, and you can never walk, and it will never work, that's the reason why those who are in the position that are benefiting and sucking and enriching themselves will never want it to work, to be peace. So that's what we'll get to know. But by the grace of God, by the help of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, when Biafra is being restored, all of the solution, because even the world themselves, the people, they know that the solution to the problem in that contraption is just a referendum, or let's come back a roundtable meeting. If Nigeria were to work, Jonathan would have done it, because Jonathan tried to create a confab to discuss all of these things. That is the Fulani. That's where the Fulani and the help of the British, they look at, whoa, Nalayo, this guy is coming with a different idea. Bam, they kick him out. Jonathan is one of the prophet in Nigeria again. If they are to make people prophet, because everything that is happening today, all the script that is playing, he went there, he saw it, he told the people, but the people, because of their ignorance and their stupidity and everything, they were like, oh, you're too soft, you're too this. They don't worry, I'm not soft, but I know what I'm doing. He peacefully stepped down, and today what is happening, everything that he has said about it is happening. So that's why Nigeria is not, it can never work. So we will continue to do everything possible. I'm so excited for what the Prime Minister and everyone that is working in one office or the other will say, Mechuko Kira Biyama continue to give you guys wisdom and knowledge. So we'll liberate ourselves totally from all of this mess. It is a shame for you to be in somewhere and be identifying yourself like Nigeria. They make us not to, without saying you are in Nigeria, you cannot see the world, which is very bad. It's not supposed to be like that. Like Mazis Akwarawa said, every nation, you see, before when I was in Africa, I think that white people, Abi Oyibo people, Abi how they will call them, they all speak the same language. I never knew that nobody, they don't even care. And the way Europe, that is very small compared to Africa, from year to year, every one of them speak in their different language. None of them have time. You cannot hear a Frenchman speak
And they
English.
have their separate countries,
They have their
so
separate
and they have
countries.
their separate countries, so
Their separate countries speak their different languages. No one cares. You cannot hear a Frenchman, no matter they're doing one. And do you know the funny part of it? They are in Europe. Oh, they are using one currency in Europe, but they speak different languages when it comes to business. That's why I say Nigeria, it can never. But look at the way we are now. And people will say Igbo tribe. I was in the space, one guy in one Nigerian space. I tell you, people are very stupid, because people, how can you be calling Igbo a tribe? It's not a tribe, Igbo is a nation. Yoruba is a nation. Call these people nation, because all of these European countries that people are struggling to go, their population wise can never compare to Igbo. UK the UK that almost is even make up of almost migrants from all over the world. When they did the census last, it's not even up to 70 million people, if I'm not mistaken. Both the indigenous and all of the migrant, everybody, both documented and non-documented, that they counted, is not up to 70 million. There are many we in Biafra, like how many are we? Over 70 million plus. So look at how it is. But these are the things Nigeria can never work. So we need to continue to pray and do everything possible, all hand on deck. We must get it. Our freedom is sure. Nobody can stop it. And that's the only way we can rewrite our own story by ourselves. and do our own thing also. Please, I want to bring a suggestion. Mazi, I don't know if we can host a space to talk about what Nigeria really sold to British, because I believe that topic is very important as well. So I would let us continue to create awareness for the people to know, because if Nigeria was not sold, I don't think normal people would just be seeing all of these things happening and they will just keep mute because of maybe they are collecting one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I read my the mic.
Thank you. Yes. Yes, thank you. That question, was Nigeria really sold to British? Really balance anywhere. You go ask, is Nigeria really a British company? That one balance. So that make
Okay, anyone.
people. Yes. Because they not sell anything, then just indirectly give them to a manager. They not sell them, not their company. It was a company and it still remains their company. Naime Katrina Lang dance. She danced so well after the election. See the video? That midget, that British ambassador to Nigeria, that short engine.
I saw it.
She danced so well. She rocked her waist.
She said she's regretting leaving Nigeria.
After they mumu them, go validate their company finish. She was so happy. Come see her where she dey rock. So now their company, the question go be, is Nigeria really a British company? So that other people go now begin to think nah, if it be, because the way British they take the carry Nigeria matter for head. If it be, you don't understand. So that the talk we go handle that topic. I must tell you, we go handle them because the Nigeria people, most of them no even know anything. They don't know kicker. Then just the foolish they jump like a bat. Where no live for ground, no live for air. Say my country, Nigeria, my mandate. When you just go listen to them, you go the shame for people. Then be bad. And that is why Fulani go use their catapult, they bring them down anywhere they see them. So we must continue. We must continue. The first, I don't know if you're still there. We are giving it now to Obiechina. Okay, no, not Obiechina. Famous Link, you've been here. You can unmute yourself if you're still there. If you're not there, Obiechina, you can unmute your mic. And then the time is really running, so we know how far. Go ahead, Obiechina.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Welcome. Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Many thanks for having me on your space. What interested me in this discussion was about Christians. I want us to think about something. Who brought us Christianity? The whites. What were we practicing before the British brought us Christianity? We were worshiping God in our own way.
My brother, no call them white again, no. No call them white again. No human being be white.
Okay. I don't classify myself as a Christian. And these are my reasons. If you check now in the Bible, Christians, the word Christian was like a nickname given to people, a group of people who act in a particular way. Just as a Yoruba man will call an Igbo man Omonna or Omokobo Kubo, or someone from the north will call an Igbo man Nyamiri, or an Igbo man will call Yoruba man Ofe Manu. Those were nicknames. And now, that was a nickname. Christian was a nickname given to people who were acting in a particular way. Now, the question now is this: who is a Christian? Why? Christians are those who follow the pattern of Jesus Christ. Now, who is this Jesus Christ now? It's for instance now, it's like saying religion now. They will tell you, what religion are you? You are a Christian, you are a Muslim, or you're a traditional worshiper. It's like saying on a drop down, if you're filling a form now and it asks you, what's your religion? It's like saying your Nyamiri or your Omona. So a nickname someone gave to you cannot just become a religion. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Christian in Acts of the Apostle, Christians was outsiders, nicknamed people who were following Christ's pattern. Now, what is the pattern of Christ? I believe Biafra is guided by three principles: truth, justice, and fairness. And if you check it, the pattern of Jesus Christ, he followed truth, justice, and fairness. I will give you an example. Let's look at the case of the woman who committed adultery. They brought the woman to Jesus Christ, and they wanted to stone her to death. They wanted to know what Jesus wanted to say. Jesus was writing on the ground, and next thing Jesus stood up and asked them, who amongst you is without sin should cast the first stone. What did they do? They all dropped their stones and they all left. Now, if you analyze that statement, it encompasses truth, justice, and fairness. One, will you cast is it true that the woman committed adultery? Yes. But is it fair to stone her to death? She didn't commit adultery with her own self. There's a man involved in committing adultery. So if you're to stone a woman, you are to also stone the man who she committed adultery with, which tells you justice. It's not just to stone her to death when there's a man involved who she committed adultery with. Now, is it also fair to stone her to death when them themselves have sin in their own cupboards? So you can see that from this analysis, Jesus Christ lived the life of justice, truth, and fairness. And God that we worship is enshrined in these three principles: truth, justice, and fairness. Now, another case is this. If you check, they brought another, Jesus killed a man on a Sabbath day. And in those times, in the time of Moses, you're not allowed to work on a Sabbath day. And Jesus said to them that if you have a cattle, 100 cattle, and one of them went missing, will you not leave the 99 and go and look for that one that is missing? When he said that thing, they left him and went their way. So you can now see that Jesus spoke to the conscience of men from the time of Jesus. And I believe the conscience of men is what plays out in our lives today. So the people that followed Christ in truth, justice, and fairness. And that is what God is entailed. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Hello?
Right. We hear you.
Yeah. So truth, justice, and fairness, I believe, is what Biafra stands by. And that is what Jesus followed in his teachings. So those that followed Christ with truth, justice, and fairness. And because they acted and behaved like Christ, following truth, justice, and fairness, they now nickname them Christians. So to me, myself, I don't see myself as a Christian. Whatever I'm doing in life, or whatever we are doing in life, we must follow truth, justice, and fairness. So the white man bringing us the Christianity, they brought Christianity to the South. We embraced Christianity. But is it not strange that when these British were leaving Nigeria, they handed over power to the people that didn't embrace Christianity, which is the
Thank you.
Fulanese. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, we get you. We get
Yes.
it.
So I just believe that we as Biafrans, our way of life is followed by truth, justice, and fairness, which
Thank
is
you.
the pattern Christ followed. I just wanted to make the submission as regards to Christianity.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Wow, that was really, really outstanding. You just explained it all, and for the layman, that is to say, that is to make you understand that Biafra is our religion, because Biafra
Exactly.
is truth, justice, and fairness. Easily explained, and fairness. When Yeshua HaMashiach, because we need to call him his original name. If they said
Yes.
he was an Israelite, he was born in Israel. If he is an Israelite, then his name is Yeshua HaMashiach, not Jesus. So Yeshua HaMashiach is a symbol of truth, justice, and fairness, which is Biafra. Those guys who had the stone, they also had the sin in them. So it was not fair for them to cast their stone on her. So that is truth, justice, and fairness. Thank you, my brother. You just brought another eye to the whole thing, because Biafra is the truth. There's no other way we can talk, we can define it. Yes, my sister Faith Quanta is here, but hold on. Sonia Akbarawa's hand is up. No, Sonia Akbarawa, please hold on. Let our sister give her submission before you can come in. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Faith.
Thank you, my brothers, my sisters, everybody. Thank you again for this opportunity for us to continue to propagate the gospel. So I just want to put in my little 2 cent over here. I'm not going to talk too much, hopefully. Where did we get it wrong in the zoo called Nigeria? What my brother just said about Christianity is on point. I think we are the originator of religion, our way of life. Like one of our brothers said, that they twisted it and brought it to us. And of course, being that we are spiritual people, we just gravitated to it and took it all in and thinking that they were doing us good, but not knowing that it was doing us disservice. So, but I'm glad that many of us are waking up and modifying our own Christianity and going back to what the original religion was that we had. And I think that is why God is in this our struggle, and is this our restoration efforts that we are making. That is why we are really, you know, really fast, because we are going back to the originality. So I encourage everybody to continue to go to that, going back to what God instituted for us, what we originally had, and just I'm not saying anybody should leave whatever they're worshiping, or just try to go back to the real stuff.
Dear friends, we have to end the program because Simon is coming online, so we have to end immediately to start Simon streaming the Simon Egba, the Prime Minister, Biafran Prime Minister. You're welcome.